Okay, hey guys, happy Thursday. Thanks for hanging in with me on being like flaky on all of these Zoom calls. This has been obviously a crazy time. This is our new house, new background coming at you. But we are set up with Wi-Fi and all that now, so now I can level out and be normal and stick to these times and everything. Tonight, I want to talk about my notes are right here. I want to talk about being, it's going to sound so basic, but I want to dig into a little bit. Being a product of the product, a product of the business, and attraction marketing. What brings people to you when it comes to Plexus? This isn't about going to people and trying to convince them that they need or want Plexus. It's about drawing people in. What's going to make people want it by looking at you? Because now that we're ambassadors, or even if you've been doing this for 2.5 years or you just joined, we're the face of Plexus. When people look at Plexus, they're going to be looking at that Plexus lady friend. So how are we portraying that? How are we marketing that? So first of all, one of the ways is on social media. So branding yourself with the products on social media, it's all about consistency, you guys. People are watching us, whether you feel like they're watching you or not, whether they've liked a single post, commented on a single post, anything. You have no idea. Just assume that every single person on your Facebook friends list is indeed watching you, whether they let you know that they are or not. And so how are you branding the products? How are you branding yourself and being a product of the product on your social media? Are you, and my point in this is branding yourself is not posting, try yours today, or even just like posting pictures of your products on your kitchen countertops and telling everybody that they need Plexus. That's not branding ourselves. That's selling Plexus, all right? We want to do attraction marketing, which is the opposite of going to people, like I said, bringing people to us. So how do we attraction market on our social media? Well, we don't even have to mention the word Plexus. We talk about being active, going out and getting dirty with your kids, going on a jog while they ride their bikes, or rolling around on the floor with your kids. Are you uplifting, posting happy things, funny things? Are you getting out of the house? Are you posting about new healthy recipes that you tried, or, healthy food that sounds good, things like that? People are watching for that because those are things, you guys, that generally change once we start Plexus, right? Like usually we all come into Plexus with needing some sort of change, some sort of lifestyle change. Usually this is diet. Usually this is exercise, energy level. So if we are portraying that correctly, it's going to draw people in, because the reason that we all came into Plexus is our reasons that so many people in our lives also need to come into Plexus. And we need to realize that we are the face of that. They're watching us to really see if this works. Their eyes are on us to see, like, is this legit? I don't know. I mean, she posts, oh, get yours today, get your pink drink today, or she posts that cute pink drink selfie, but I don't see anything different about. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, she's not doing anything different. It's not changing her life. So we have to make sure that we're portraying that to draw people in, rather than trying to convince them that they need it. So branding yourself on social media with the business side of things, I don't care if you've made $2 with Plexus or if you're making $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month with Plexus. We have to brand ourselves as business owners in this. Just as much as we want to attract people to the products, we also want to be attracting people to the business, because that's what builds our businesses, is them joining and starting their own businesses. So how do we brand ourselves on business? This is something that I just have a lot of fun doing. Like, I just really love being a business owner. I really love telling my friends about starting their own business. I feel like anybody that I talk to, they could ask me a simple question about what's the main ingredient in Slim, and I'll twist the conversation around to telling them all about business and how much fun it is to run their own business. So this is something that I really love to do. Ways to brand ourselves, as far as being business owners in this, is posting about time freedom. Those cute posts of, your kids at the park where you're like, check out this view from my office today. Or maybe it's you getting a pedicure that, this is my office. Those types of posts. Maybe something about like, dang, me and hubby got fancy tonight thanks to my side gig. Things like that. So I'm not telling you to boast about the money that we make. I'm not saying like, I make so much money with Plexus. Look at me. I'm amazing. That's not the point of this. It's coming back to attraction marketing of when people see that, they're thinking, I would love to go to a nice dinner with my husband if we had that extra money. Or, man, I would love to not be in this cubicle right now and be at the park with my kids making some extra money. So we have to think of who's watching, who's your audience. There are people who need change the same way that we needed change going into this, or maybe the same way that you still need change because you just joined or you haven't really ran with this yet. So put yourself in their shoes and think about what will attract them to wanting this the way that you have jumped into doing this. So like examples of what you're able to pay for with it is one way to do it. Like, and not even always using the word Plexus, you guys. Like today when I posted, window coverings, this, that, things that we're able to do in our house, you better bet your butts that Plexus paid for every single dime of everything that we're doing to this house, because my husband makes enough to pay most of the bills. And even then I pay some of those too. Like he's out of the Marine Corps now and it's not always easy, but like to be able to post that we're doing all these renovations to the house, people can put those two and two things together. If it's something that you wouldn't have done normally before. I mean, if it's as simple as like when I first started, I was stoked to be able to buy some Too Faced mascara because I was buying Target always before. Jen Dewey knows all about my story on that. I was so stoked to buy name brand mascara and to be able to just post that on Facebook without even using the word Plexus, like, holler, I'm feeling pretty today, with my new mascara or whatever it is that you want to post, and be yourself, be silly. You didn't post those things before. So even if you're just like, shout out to guilt-free name brand mascara, something silly like that, or like, and it's not really silly. I say silly as in like keeping it lighthearted. It's not silly. Those are things that, especially, most of us are wives, most of us are moms, most of us are, in this generation where people are still trying to get their feet on the ground and get running. Like those things aren't little things. And so posting about those is attraction marketing. People will see it and we don't have to use the word Plexus. They'll want it too. Another way to brand ourselves on the business is, try to think of the right words to say it, but basically is like not being deceiving that this is free money. Okay. I want to touch on this. Whenever I say, like view from my office, we don't want people to be joining our team with the assumption of, oh, well, I can sit there and scroll Facebook on my phone from the park and make bank too. So whenever we are branding ourselves, I'm still on the topic of social media, specifically on posting, is I love being able to say things like, I love being able to set my own hours. I mean, that's like a key thing so that people realize, oh, she sets hours, like she's putting work into this. Because when we attract people into our business, we want hardworking people on our team. To be honest, we really don't necessarily, unless they're really in love with the products, you don't necessarily want people on your team who think that this is free money. I mean, I don't want to deceive anyone in that way. So saying things like setting my own hours, that time freedom, things like that to imply that you're putting work in is really important, because that's when you're going to be attracting people in to being like, okay, maybe I should look a little bit more into that. Because let's be honest, most people think that network marketing is a crock of crap because they think that we're claiming that it's free money, right? They think that we're just like over here like, yeah, scroll Facebook and get paid. And that's when they don't want to join us because they're like, everyone knows that's not true. But when we imply like, I love being a business owner. I love setting my own hours. I love training my team. I love, loving on my customers. I love, these things. And we talk about these things that we're passionate about, or the fun aspects of the business that are still saying that we work. That's where the magic happens, because I've had so many people come to me and be like, okay, what do you do as an ambassador? Like what all would I need to do? Whereas when I very first joined, I post so much about just basically like, oh, I'm making money. And it just looked like I was scrolling Facebook, that I had so many skeptical people be like, look, like that's no. And I had also a lot of people jump on with me and give up like that, because they were like, I posted one status and it didn't happen for me. You must be lucky. And you don't want anybody thinking that that's true. Of course, keep it all positive. I would brand yourself in your business of talking about on your Facebook about how, let me see, building belief in our industry. Exactly. Like my post a couple nights ago when I talked about being able to settle into this house. I'm like, I'm in love with this career. I specifically use the word career so that people would realize, like, people don't even think of network marketing as a career. All right. And so using terminology like that will draw people into really taking this a little bit more serious. Another thing I love, Jen, thank you for mentioning that. Passion about helping others. Everyone loves to help you. Most people love to help people. And so really just posting even about like, man, if I didn't get paid $1 for as many people as I get to help in this is so much fun. Or if you're a leader in this business, talking about how passionate you are about leading your team. I post about that quite often because it just fuels my fire so much, leading everyone on my team. And so I like to talk about that out loud. And that's, something else that people will tell me, like, all right, so I've seen your post about leading. So does that mean you're going to like help me once I join? People put these puzzle pieces together while watching you, but we need to make sure that all the puzzle pieces are there on our social media. So let's talk about off social media. Okay. Let's talk about everyone who sees our Facebook post, but we hang out with regularly, or the girl who, sees us occasionally at the park, but is friends with us on Facebook. All right. So I'm just going to be really bold, and I'm going to be speaking from experience even in a lot of ways. You guys, we can't be posting something and living differently, because that is the number one reason why people will not jump on board with you. So if we are posting on Facebook and we think, do you guys see this right here? They're about to fight. Camaro, you need to sit. Stop. I see you. See you, bro. I'm watching you on my screen. This is all bad. So let's face it, if we're posting about, all this pink drink energy, all this stuff on our Facebook, and then they see us, every time they see us, we have a coffee in hand, or every time they see us, we're, drinking a milkshake, or not, or being like negative Nancy, or, not, whatever you name it. I mean, you can post on Facebook about getting in awesome workouts, but then if your friends at the gym know that like you hate working out, guess who's not going to jump on board with you with the products? Your friends at the gym. So is it challenging sometimes? Yes. And I'm telling you from experience, sometimes it's very easy to talk about what we know Plexus does, what we know the product should be doing for us, even on the days that maybe we forget to take them, or, branding ourselves really easily on social media. And it does get challenging to brand ourselves and keep that consistent brand off of social media sometimes, because some days, heck, we're tired. Okay. Like we went to Super Saturday, and we went to Starbucks across the street, and I got an extra shot in my coffee, which I never do. And I told Jen Dewey, like, I need to throw this cup out before we walk into Super Saturday, because I felt like some sort of like, I don't even know the word for it. But I'm not saying to like sneak a different lifestyle or anything like that. And which leads me to my next point is, all my friends and family, whenever I do something like out of character to the, Plexus lifestyle, like I'm not normally tired, but on the days that I am tired, it's okay to drink a coffee and make it a point like, dang, I never drink these anymore. This is crazy. I'm probably gonna be super jittery after this, which is the truth. Like I was super jittery after and kind of felt like crap. But, it's kind of making that point when you are around those people, because what we don't want is for people to be like, Yeah, we see Jen like posting about that, but then every time I go out to dinner with her, she's like first to order the Pizookie. Like that's not what we want. And so I was talking about myself, by the way, Jen Dewey. That wasn't about you. um, but anyways, my point is staying consistent with our posts and with our lifestyle, because that is another thing that it ties into our attraction marketing. And you have to realize that even the people who love you so, so much are still watching you. They're still watching you, not to judge you necessarily. Maybe some of them, I can't speak for all of them, but not in a bad way. They're not watching us in a bad way. Like the spotlight isn't on us negatively, but the spotlight is on us in the sense that we're the face of Plexus, and we should be using that as motivation to stay very true to ourselves, to take our products consistently, to stay true to this lifestyle, so that we are building our brand and building our business the best that we can. But this does lead me to, and I know, I think I said it a couple seconds ago, don't be fake, you guys. Like, if you are going to drink a coffee one day, just be real about it. Be like, man, today's a coffee day. Like, Slim did not cut it today. I'm so tired. The baby didn't sleep all night. That's okay. Like, those are the things that I do, but don't like feel awkward about it. Like I did at Super Saturday, like where you have to like sneak a coffee or something like that, or you have to like try to be something in front of your friends that maybe you don't feel like you are. And it does lead me to, if you feel like what you're posting or preaching on Facebook isn't lining up with your everyday life, you really need to ask yourself, are you taking your products consistently? Why is that? Because it should be. We know what Plexus does for our bodies. We know what it has done or what it should be doing. So this should be lining up with our everyday life. And if it's not, either are we taking our products consistently, or maybe we've plateaued a little bit and we need to switch up our regimen. Come and talk to me about it. But we do need to be, keeping up with that to where we are feeling as great as we're talking about. And then also on the business side of things, of people watching us, for example, like, if every time I was around people and I'm like talking about how Justin and I are broke and struggling, but then I'm posting on Facebook about time freedom and Plexus freedom and being able to do all this with the house. I mean, those are two very conflicting things. That's not the case, but I'm saying if that were, if I were to be talking about like, hey, just start your business for $34.95. This is so awesome. But then, I'm being negative Nancy and maybe just venting about how broke we are, or talking about like, oh God, I have to do this Zoom call with these. I mean, we have to be careful on how we are with things in our business, because we do want people to be attracted to what we're doing, because there's so much fun in it. And we want, so if we have to cut a play date short for a training call like this, be like, oh, actually, like I love Thursday nights because we always do like this big video chat. So I kind of get to kick back and, see a bunch of the other Plexus girls, keep it positive and upbeat and draw people into wanting what we do. And the financial part of it, if you feel like you're preaching on Facebook that Plexus is an amazing financial opportunity, and then you feel like you're not reaping those benefits, then that's, how I said, to question yourself, are you taking your products consistently? It is time to be honest with ourselves. Am I working my business as hard as I can to get that financial opportunity? Am I taking maximum advantage of this amazing compensation plan? So be honest with ourselves, be vulnerable with ourselves, but also being honest and vulnerable with our audience in the sense of staying true to this, staying true to the business and the products, the process of all of this. Let me see what else I got here. A good example that I wrote down is like, for example, if you have a really skeptical friend, I love doing this. I just love doing this. Whenever I have like a really skeptical friend, I always bring it up in conversation about how proud I am of you guys. I'm always like, man, like somehow it'll come up and I'll be like, my team is like kicking butt this month. I'm like a proud mom. I have like those proud mommy moments. And I can't tell you how many of my girlfriends I have tied this in, and I'm not lying one bit. I always tie it in though, because I know they're going to relate to it. If it's another mom and I'm like, like those super proud mommy moments, I get those with my team and I love it. And 10 times out of 10, my biggest skeptical friends are like, seriously? Like they don't think of it that way. So if you do have a team at all in this, I encourage you so much, like whether somebody is skeptical or not, if it is a non-Plexus person, talk about how proud you are of your team. And if you don't have a team of your own yet, talk about how proud you are of the team around you and be like, dude, you know, like those proud mommy moments, like I get those about like my peers in this, like so many people are just doing so many great things with this business. It's just so awesome. Showing people that like you're excited for others in this gets them excited and it makes them want to be a part of this. So it comes back to that attraction. So I just really want to finish off with you guys. Be proud of what we do. Don't feel ashamed for half a second, even when people try to make you feel that way. Because there's always that jerk that does, right? Because they're ignorant about network marketing. They're going to kind of try to make you feel dumb, like, oh, you're part of one of those. No, be so proud of what we do, you guys. And be proud of the products, be proud of this compensation plan, and be proud of yourself and everything that you're doing. And you will walk around with so much of a different confidence and so much different demeanor on both your social media and in person. So stay proud. Remember that all of your non-Plexus friends and family are watching you very similar to an infomercial. I don't mean this to pressure you. I don't mean this to freak you out. I'm not saying that we have to live flawlessly. I've gained like 15 pounds this year, like this post-deployment crap of Justin coming home, like eating carbs again and stuff. Like we don't live under this spotlight where we have to pretend to be perfect. However, staying consistent with our products will draw in that lifestyle that the products bring with it. And if we're not consistent with that, then our lifestyle is not going to be consistent with it. And just use it as motivation to stay consistent, knowing that so many people are banking on you to show them what these products are really all about. That's all it really is. And these products are so good for us that it's nothing but beneficial, right? It's nothing but beneficial to our businesses and beneficial to us in our personal lives. So I hope you guys gain something from this. Make sure to be passing this down to your teams. Everything that I haven't done like big team Zooms, but I know that some of you guys have been using these links and sending them to your level ones, which I love. So whoever this is reaching, I hope that helped you guys. You guys are awesome, and go live that Plexus lifestyle and show everybody what it's all about. Love you guys.